Teams and battles. Everyone is just ready. It is just me who is late here, but I won't be. Let me get back on the scene again. Oh, wait a minute. Is it okay right now? Yeah. It should be. Nice. 70, 75. It's okay. So, the game starts. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to INBL Mzs Pmcl Showdown. This is day 3 and after 2 days, we are here on the 3rd. The battle starts with the same map, Sanhok again, and looks like lots of teams have just faced it. The first Chaos, where Team Good Game Esports been eliminated. Paradise, they have been eliminated. Team Aggressive Fight, they have been eliminated. Just 3 of the teams been eliminated right now. But it's still 13 more teams to go to continue the game, to continue the battle, and the battle is just going on to the location of Cave, as I assume. Yes, here is Team Silent Crew, and Silent Crew we're searching for it, finally. After Percy getting just one, she or he, let's see. So, dependable, but not that much. Boo Boo encountered, so risky to face it for now, but still there is chance. Yeah, there are lots of chances to get the rescue, and they will have the rescue, but before they rescue the player, they might say a new team, not a new one, but an old one obviously, but named as LFEQZ. Okay, this is LFEQZ and Swaggy. Only the last player just takes the responsibility to make a retaliation fire, but I guess the retaliation would be not that easy, where we can see a new one occurring on a location of goal. Okay, so there are Team NB, NX, Goa, TTQ, Code, OF, SGG, Team Max, Paradise 14, Steel, but something new, but I see LFEQZ and them FMY. Okay, that's not bad, but this time they've made it good. Cause of this lock least, but look at that grenade. NB Error 404. What a grenade that was. That was a mighty one. That in goal is in trouble. Final kill, and that has been secured by Yahiko. NB, they have taken their first 4 points from the battle, and now they are just looking forward for the second one. The second battle will be between Team NB and Team Max 4, as we can assume, because Team Max 4, they're in so close range with Team NB, so anytime they can interrupt. Yeah, but Team LFEQZ is the team which I was talking about, the team which had the last guy inside the cave named the Swaggy, which could open the retaliation fire, now has opened it and has taken just one player. So that may be a good loss for Team Silent Crew, as Team Silent Crew finds this, just a problem, while Team FMY deals with them. Boo Boo, the last guy left. That's the shotgun. Yes, that's the first knock. I must say, second jump shot. And there we go. It's gonna go for the reload. Third party arrives, and that's from Swaggy. This solo guy changed the full scenario for Team Silent Crew, and now waiting to do the final 1v1. Boo Boo versus Swaggy. DVS. Boo Boo own it. His life was at stake, but he did it. I like it. Boo Boo just not eliminated one squad, but by him there was 2 different squads which got taken away. The Max 4 been interrupted, and that amazes me, surprises me, because Team Max 4 were about to engage with Team NB, but for now they are not with Team NB, or they are with Team NB. No, not with Team NB, without Team NB. But there was a new team, right? which interrupted. I see lots of teams just inside in the zone. Scouts, they are telling something new. It's gotta be team NB facing Max 4 for now as expected, but Doji has taken it a little bit of too far, trying to get closer to Ero so that they can go for the rescue, but Henry says no, you cannot get the second chance. That's it. NB loses one. Conversion in a 3v3. Now Max 4 looking for the second one. Fox even taken away. August gets the job done smoothly, and Henry ADSs on it. It's gotta be August the second time taking the grenade, targeting Yahiko, but Yahiko understood and made a good position behind that compound. August takes the rooftop. This is the best position. Yeah, now he can go for 4G. Got caught up in the middle, and he got caught off guard. Henry gets him. So the only player left here would be Yahiko, and this has got to be a challenge for him because from the northern corner it's got to be Henry. Yeah, Henry would be interrupting, and Henry tries to find out the player but cannot get the visual, while Henry doesn't understand where the player can be, while August cannot get any footsteps to. Even Ronda doesn't get the footsteps, but you can see that clearly, right? They just guess. Yeah, they do guess there is one player here, but where is he? They cannot get the information. But August gets him. That's a good bait. One interrupt and the second completes the job. Nice thing. 4 points for the Max 4. Great job. Next battle. It's gotta be between team Guardians. Yeah, Guardian of Angels. I guess Goat. The tag. Okay. This time the tag is seriously Goat. Not Goa, but Goat. That's nice. But the battles. It's just the warm-up. The result says Max 4, which is in the top on the leaderboard with 74 points, and Nexus Vanguard or Nexus Vanguard, which is on the top second, means that the competitor here, Silent Crew and Time to Quick and Paradise DRG, they are in the top 6 numbers right now, which can be shuffled on this third day because we just completed 50% of the tournament and the rest of the 50% just yet started. So the real game and the real competition with the names on top is just about to happen. Nexus Vanguard, the team which took the second position with 72 points. There were 47 kills in 10 games. So nice. Almost 4.5 per game, but that's not bad. They're the second competitors, man. And now all they need to do is to make the consistency so that they can be on top again. And yeah, they can shuffle. They can cross over the team Max 4, which we have seen started the game with NB and eliminated NB, getting those 4 points, and are looking forward to get on the southern. This can be tricky, but let's find out the trick. DRG Sanju finds out about team Guardians of Angels, which is in the top 12th position after 10 games. Right now, trying to eliminate Sanju, but Sanju lost it. It was a good opportunity for Sanju to interrupt. He interrupts. Nice. There was the try of making the first player down. And now he needs some angles, he needs some corners. Shotgun goes for the 1v1. Oh, that's a good try for the 1v2, but Guardians of Angels says not more. It's Rex himself which defended here. And this was a perfect combination of teammate areas. We see bootcamp been hotter since there are 3 teams taking the position here, while team Max 4 is just warming up again after taking team NB. It's not the best position so far, but not as bad yet. All you just need to do is to mark your territory. For that, you apply a good split. You can see that Max for Henry has taken that split of the west mid and tries to interrupt with TTQ. With TTQ. Answers the call for Henry. Now faces the difficulty. The kill has gotten for Team Nexus Vanguard. The knock was made by TTQ, but the kill was secured by Nexus Vanguard. That is the advantage of the higher ground, you might say. Yes, the team Nexus Vanguard on screen right now, trying to scope down Team GOAT2 at the same time. But there were another team instead of Team GOAT. I might say the team was HASHIRA S60. Okay, it's Team GOAT. Maybe they have the points. But for now, Team MGs have joined the game in trio. The player which I have seen in the mostly consistent man is now eliminated, but before even getting taken away, he took just 1 point. That's a good contribution. All you do is just trade. Right now it's Trail, which got caught off guard because has taken him too. Even from the inside of the compound, there was Liquid, which eliminated the last guy that deals with Team MGs for this match. It's just 5 teams. The 4th stage, the zone says it's supporting the middle of Bootcamp and Pinan, while Team 141 targets the chicken dinner. Just eliminated 2 different squads, and without losing a single teammate, they have executed their battle strategies simultaneously, maybe, but it's good. K2 and Voltrox both played very well here. Even Jivbian, simple support or something you might want to discuss with. While 8 eliminations and top 5 and the Southern, that says clearly that's more louder than the competition. Team TTQ started the game today and they still stuck to Team GOAT, while Liquid makes it. That was a good pre-fire, secures the knock, takes the horse, and it's gotta be a good companion for him, but not for long, because you're just completely widely exposed and you're exposing your full body. So if there was a vehicle, that would have also been easy for the team to make a trash knock, but since it's the horse, obviously they can have a better opportunity, a better visual, a better speed, a better making compatibility. But let's talk about the battle. Nexus Vanguard interrupts again. This was the 3rd call. And nice, that's the 4th number. Also from Team Nexus Vanguard, which took a new one from Team 141. Yes, it's gotta be Team Max 42 at the same spot where August been taken away by Osel, but Max 4 has got a second chance to rescue the player, while Team GOAT loses their teammates, and that's all because of the higher location. This is the advantage you get all the time whenever you take it, but we just have 3 teams left to deal with the chicken dinner. The only team which is not worthy for chicken dinner for now, no, you cannot say that, you cannot find that, but for Team 141, this is gotta be a sweet meat, because Team Nexus Vanguard, as long as they're here, 141 cannot come close, but they can try to, right? Even if they try to focus for Team Nexus, they can be interrupted by Team Max 4 too. Why Team Max 4 is not interested to interrupt to it, but Team 141 has been caught up. Zigzag. Now 141 loses their key player, and Team Nexus also loses one. That settles the score between them. 2v3 firepower, 50% versus 75. But Team 141 still remains the number 1 team here, which gets the higher firepower because of the manpower, right? And that's it. They uses the fire, and the uses of the power was successful. So Simple gets the second job done, and now it's still Simple awaits for the last guy to arrive in, and that's Superboy. which should make a good clutch if he wants to survive. But that won't be easy. Finally, Simple gets it too with a grenade. So time has come for Team 141 to deal with Team Max 4 for now. Gentlemen, this is gonna be the first game of this third day, number 11th match for the whole PMCL showdown, where Team 141 makes a big mistake while, you know, delivering the visual to Team Max 4. But obviously that was a good bait, right? While being so concentrated with the angle against Simple, Team Max 4 loses their side from the south, and that's where K2 takes in and, you know, makes it possible to remove August from the battle. Now it's Ronda versus the 141. So 1 versus many. Now Ronda has to make a clutch, while Ronda understands that Voltrax is secure. That's a quick gun switch, but Ronda makes it possible. The kill should be secure. But Ronda understands that the second player, and there could be lots of jump shots. But Ronda fights out the third guy, and that's a good pre-fire, but you know, that was a good reload turn. Ronda forgot that he had to reload the AUG, and you know, as soon as he switches the weapon to the AUG betrays him. So 141. Congratulations for the team for winning the chicken. You know, it was a clear peak from the start of the game that they would come up with the chicken dinner today because they need a comeback. And you know, for the comeback, you might say Team 141 is successful. They had 47 points. The target was 74 at the top with the max 4. And now they have secured 14 eliminations with the chicken dinner. That means 24 points are coming here for Team 141 Esports. So yeah, that means they have got 71 points, and it's gotta be interesting because Team Max for the team which is on top on the overall leaderboard after 10 games got 5 eliminations with the top second points. Yep, 6 placement points, and that means 11 points are coming here. So their point was 74 right after 10 games, and now after 11 game the Max 4 has total of 85 points, where Team 141 just made the comeback with the chicken dinner on the very first match of this third day, and taking 24 points and making it possible to go close, more close to Team Max 4. All Team 141 needs right now is to make the consistency possible. Where Team Nexus Vanguard takes 6 eliminations, and the third place gets them 11 points again. It was just the opposite of Team Max 4, you know, 6 from the placement, where Team Nexus has taken 6 from the eliminations, where Team Max 4 has been good with 5 eliminations, but you know, Team Nexus collected those 5 points from the placement. Nice thing. Good. Only has the 4 points from the placement, where Team TTQ gets 9 eliminations. That's also a good place to be said to finish a game with 3 more placement, and that means 12 points are coming here. Double digit number has been touched. Team MGs has getting 3 points there. Team Guardians of Angels will be having 4 eliminations and 1 more placement. That means that counts to 5. Team DRGs getting 2 points from the kill, 1 more from the placement, total 3. FMY has their 4 elims. INBs has their 4 elims. And Team LF EQZs getting 4 elims too. Silent Crew taking 3 eliminations. Team Goal getting 0. And Good Game Esports getting 1. PGs getting 2. And Team Aggressive Fight, yeah, getting 0. For now, it's the Star of the Match segment where Liquid gets the MVP title and Voltrax has the best companion, while K2 will be the finisher because this chicken dinner, yeah, was played in by his hand. I got in doubt, like, that's good. Gentlemen, you were watching Mzs Pmcl Showdown, and after 2 days, we guess this is gonna be the last day for this Pmcl Showdown. The teams were ready. Today too, they have completed the first game. Now it's the time for the second game to come in, and that would be on Erangel. And before I even enter on the game, I would like to change the load tide to the second match. So let's go and let's be back after a short little break again. Time is ticking and the match has started yet again. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Inbl Mzs Pmcl Showdown again. I'll be your only single host, Quirky Arc for the caster desk. We'll be explaining to you the drop clash battles and the competition between the teams. Right now, we see the second game starts onto Erangel with a flight path starting from Novorepnoy and ending onto Severny, and 15 teams have jumped with us, right? Let them take their own position, own landmarks, and then we're gonna talk about the circle 2. Now, if we go for the competition, then we should also know the competition, right? After 10 games, Team Max 4 was on top with 74, while Team Nexus Vanguard was on second with 72. That is the competition between the top 2 teams with 2 points after second day. This is going to be the last day for the tournament, right? Next, it is indeed Team Silent Crew and Team TTQ means Time to Quick, which is in the top 3 and top 4 sequentially. And then it will be Team Paradise Esports, which will come on for top 5, and then DRG is on top 6th. But today, Team 141 Esports has just made the tremendous comeback on the first game of Sanhok by taking the chicken dinner with actually 14 eliminations. By that, they have got 24 points from the game and now is on top 3. Where Team 141 actually is jumping right now on military base, right? So the zone is clearly supporting the ferry pair as centered, and the zone can be shifted onto military base 2 onto pre-mosque 2, so there can be some 50-50 chances. While we see some dropless battles from Pochinki and the school. In Pochinki, it will be Team Max 4, which took more than 10 points on the last game, and still they are maintaining their number 1 position on the competition board, right? But August and Henry would be the last guys left on this first game of Erangel. Well, August would be no more, and then he'd be taken away by Team Golden or Good Game Esports. Yeah, Team SGG, the tag would be theirs. While I should like to talk about the other teams, there are no teams that I can see which has been eliminated completely, but they're losing the teammates, like Max for Henry, which loses every one of his teammates, right? But it's gonna be Team MGs, which participated on Sanhok with a trial roster and right now came back with a full roster. While they see Team DRGs in front of them on the same school compound, they have planned something, and the plan is to bait. Yes, bait against DRGs, bait against splits. But this regroup process, I guess, is gonna be hard for Team MGs this time. While you see they are just getting warmed up, right? Team DRGs taking the part in, and MGs taking grenades in hand. While Baby Health does have only one pistol in his hand, but the first grenade actually worked out. It's DRG PT which gets knocked out the first. Now Peeves and Koizumi tries to get the support, and Senju gets the support for now as Trial would be eliminated. Now it's time for the second knock. Leader charges the second grenade that takes down Peeves. Now Senju is the last player here from the side of Team DRGs to hold against MGs, while MGs knows what to do, where to go, how to interrupt, how to use the ladies. So it's, you know, the bait part. MGs just baited on it, took a smoke in the hand and pretended like they're gonna charge a grenade, and for that the player Sanju, which switched the position, gets caught up, and that's how Team MGs played the part. It was a great play, right? It was a good play, you must say that. But for now, I see some... Okay. This is not it. I should cut... Oh my goodness. What is that? It's Lazy Boy, which took leader, and then also taking part in a battle. That means we have the battle simultaneously happening in the same game, while you see Lazy Boy finds out another opportunity but misses this one, and that's it. It's gonna be Ace, which is going to do a 1v1, makes the 1v1, secures the knock, also gets eliminated by Team MGs because, you know, they were so quick to risk the player and come back to take the part again, and they played the role. Team MGs has just not eliminated Team DRGs but also eliminated Team Paradise Esports. Nice, that's good. BDB eliminations from a same location. They do deserve the kill points, but loses to the players, and that gets them the remaining two. Now it's Team GOL, and yes, named as Gaul, but I do not know the full meaning for now, as I'll find it out. While Team Silent Crew and Team SGG both are trying to face off. Let's go for Team Silent Crew at first. I should go for them. Yes, they are on to Pochinki. Well, we witnessed Team Max 4, but you know, Team Max 4 is in trouble because two teams in front of him. He needs to pick just one. While Team SGG loses Yankee, but Young Boy still not giving it up. The grenade would be coming, and the grenade came and eliminated the player too. So Henry secured the last guy. Now it's gotta be Team Silent Crew, which understood that there is another squad, a new one, which is inside the Pochinki, still holds the position of the compound, and now they need to take him down. So for that, they're bringing Risky this time, and he's so risky to deal with. Risky first charging the grenade to the shack, ensuring there is nobody else standing right there, and then Risky tries to get inside of the compound. This is gonna be the sticky bomb, so Henry cannot go further. The bomb is not gonna get blasted. That's gonna make some problem for some noise, but here we go. Henry trying to take down Risky, but Percy gets in the middle and, you know, finishes the kill. Max 4 will be no more available. 11 teams in the lobby, where Team Goal Esports is still expecting to clear down Yasna Poliana for now. But you know, just one single guy, not one but two players are left to actually make it possible. While you see Rex trying to take a new corner, but would not be able to come closer to Stoner Man with his own teammate. All he can do to take a new angle and interrupt, while Team GOL would try to get out of Yasna Poliana and make it up inside for the next stage just by rotating down 2000 meters or kind of 3000 meters, one kind of. While Team LF takes a battle with Team Nexus Vanguard, and here it comes. Swaggy has been taken away at first. Storm perfect and holds the rest of the players and just holding on the nerves. Right. Let's go. Oh my goodness. Storm, which took one player, tried to fall back, tried to switch position, would not continue the game anymore because he has been taken away, and now it's perfect, which took the DPS in hand but been eliminated by the jump shot of June, which was much faster in terms of on this close combat, man. That's so good for Team Nexus Vanguard because there is still the competitors, man. While Team 141 Esports were trying to get on the top, and right now it's gonna be their chance because Team 141 Esports has done a big pull off. Yes, they have taken the Novoripner side with the Novoripner bridge, and they're little gonna play with the teams those who try to cross down the bridge. But right now it's gonna be Team Aggressive Fight, which has watched their back too, and right now they're just understood that there is another team who could try to get them down here. Well, they need to make it 1v1, but you know, Team FMY were so prepared, but it still could not make the knock. That's so funny, man. It was funny, but it was dangerous too at the same time because Team Aggressive Fight was so accurate, and right now they need to make the first pop in. Yes, it is done. Now Parker knows who's the player. They're just inside. He gets the knock. He secures the knock, and still they're not losing any players, while Team FMY loses 3 of them, and this is how Team Aggressive Fight actually uses the bridge, falls back again, and takes a new team which was on the backside. That's so interesting, right? But you see Team Aggressive Fight trying to chase down the last guy. Yes, they're gonna chase it down. It's Team FMY which encountered with the first knock. There can be a good clutch. Here we go, the second one. This is the clutch 1v2 I was talking about, and he gets eliminated. This was not about to happen, right? But it happened. Aggressive Fight loses 3 of them. So time has come for Team Nexus Vanguard to play in, and they're gonna find out the last guy available. Yes, they found him out. Zoom takes him with the M416. That was so aggressive. 8 eliminations with the full roster trying to cross over the bridge again, while Team 141 understood, yes, the team is gonna get come back again, so they're gonna take it. This is their second title shot. Nexus Vanguard understood it, maybe taking the position. Yes, they've seen it, charging the shots. Voltrax, the first knock by Superboy, and now the second player should come in. K2 getting inside the compound. Simple getting close to Voltrax because they do know there's the push. The mighty push is coming. It is done with the trace knock. Yes, Simple has done it. Simple has taken the trace knock, and finally Simple has taken the second knock too. That's a good contribution to the team. Simple needs to heal himself up. Nexus Vanguard has the last guy left, and that's the most aggressive one. It's June, which taken the most of the kills from the team and contributed to the team 4 kill points. That's so accurate, right? But June tries to change his position again, gets the second way. This is the altar way, but you know, he does not know there is Jibian who understands it and would go for some shots. Before even getting some cover, the location has been compromised. With the shot, yes it is. Indeed, Jibian completes the mission. Now, Team 141 would go for the consistency. But before we continue for Team 141, again, we should go for Team MGs, which just completed 2 different eliminations and right now still fighting with Team NBs, where Team NBs has taken every one of them. And now, Team NB... I got the encounter. That was a good glitch. I was about to cut the emulator, but, you know, I'm quite lucky this time to get back again in the game again. So let's talk about the mighty push by the main B, while Team MG's leader knows this is a good push. This is a good opportunity to make the clutch. Makes the 1v1 but could not make the 1v2 as Foxy was there to support whenever needed. However, that was smooth but not gonna be smooth because Team TTQ, they are planning a bridge gatekeep battle here. While we have seen Team 141 gatekeeping Team Nexus Vanguard on the Novoripner bridge, but right now it's time for Team TTQ to show up their skills on this very pure bridge. You know, whenever the zone supporting immediate base, it's always the doubt, it's always the big play, and that's the bridge gate keep. This is gonna be the primary strategy for the teams which got the advantage of the position, and that's their power. But for Team 141 Esports, it's so easy for them to interrupt in because they're in the back and they doesn't need to, yeah, they do not need to watch their back, and for the reason they can actually concentrate on the front. And now the target can be team TTQ, which actually thought to make the target for team NB, but right now being a target by team 141. So team 141 scouts the position. Voltrux tries to get the support, but before even he executes himself outside of the vehicle, his teammate did the job. Meanwhile, this opportunity has been grabbed by the main B while getting inside on the military bases side. Now NB needs the support, so Yahiko, which reached at first, needs the support, and Koji says he's on it, makes the knock from such a long range, and that was for team TTQ. And now it's gonna be Gush, which would be taken away because Yahiko has the information that there is one player more which tries to use the buggy and make a new rotation. Yahiko tries to take him down too, but he fails it, while team TTQ loses the player from team 141. So the only team which made the plan now has become the toast, and that is team TTQ. So team 141 now has to make a good decision. The first match was great, 24 points, 14 eliminations to the chicken dinner, and this time team 141 has dealt with just 1.5 of a squad, so they have 6 eliminations, and now there are 9 more players, and let's see how many players team 141 can secure this time. If and only if they can make up to the consistency to take the chicken dinner, that'll be the next new table topper for now, as team NBC Yahiko would be taken away by team 141. Dealing with 2 squads simultaneously, while Toji makes the 1v1 with the DVS in hand. That gets simple, and then it's K2 switching the seat and taking down Toji while expecting team NB to come for the support. And yeah, that happened already, but team NB is reacting so good according to the opponent, and the opponent is team 141, while NB's Foxy gets Jivian, and then Voltrux gets Foxy. There's the trade, and now is the final 1v1 comes to the play, while Voltrux charges the grenade and Hero tries to use the DBS, while Voltrux loses lots of it, and the final shot awaits. The jump shot deals with the final player. Error 404, that was so intense, while team NB survived in between the top 4 teams, but not for team 141. This was not good for them, while team TTQ still expecting the retaliation, while he understood that 141 has been eliminated, but now is the left would be team NB. So if he can get the angle, so why not? So he's going in for the angle. He spots the player Error gets in cover, and that's it. The exposure has completed. Now team NB knows too that there is one single player left, so they're obviously gonna deal with the player first and then gonna rotate again. Meanwhile, team Goal expecting to not interrupt while team NB dominates. A big shift to be said about. Here we go, Toji securing the knock by changing the seat in a running vehicle. That's the newest strategy the teams are applying today and nowadays in the competitive scenario. While team NB securing 10 eliminations, now expecting to eliminate more 4 players, while 3 of them are from team Goal and 1 of them is from team Silent Crew, which made it possible to survive in within the top 3 teams, while it'll be Percy himself with 2 eliminations in solo and on the side of military base in the middle of the zone. But for now, it's gotta be team NB with team Goal facing off in a 3v3 situation, while team NB has gotten the upper hand of the hillside and team Goal has taken the ground floor. Yes, now Foxy charges in but doesn't get the knock, while Lean James being able to get inside in the cover, and that's the best cover you can expect while battling with the split one. I guess team NB has made a mistake this time, that's in split, and if one of the split gets taken away, then the second one would be in trouble. Nobody could be able to come closer and rescue the player, while Foxy takes the high ground again, but this only deals with his vehicle, and the vehicle is in or is about to smoke. So if the vehicle comes into the smoking part, obviously it's gonna be problematic for team NB, as they have faced team 141 Team TTQ at the same time. So now they have got some IQs and now they have got some experiences on this game because they are on the mood, right? So, after dealing with two different squads at the same time, you always got the mood. So now NB is in the aggression and Team Gold, they're about to play in Lane James, which is in the vehicle. Waiting for the confirmation, and the confirmation is here. He got, which secured the first knock. Yes, there's the pressure building up for Team NB, but NB should defeat the pressure too. While NB tries to knock another one, but could not make it. But still, there is one more player, right? And that is Percy, which is not interrupted. NB found out about Percy, and yes, Percy has been spotted. Percy tries to take a knock, but ER404 drives the vehicle smoothly and dodging every single bullet possible. And then it's Percy getting taken away by Foxy with the vehicle run over. Now there are 3 players left and NB needs an opening. NB just needs their first player to be down, and then it's a 50-50 chance for the teams to take the chicken dinner, right? But for Team NB, Team Gaul would be a good opponent because they have the firepower and they do know where Foxy is. Now Foxy needs to be in cover, but no, he was just, out of cover, and he gets taken away just like that. Last guy, ER404, which should make the clutch done for the chicken dinner. And yes, still there is chance, but no, not more, not anymore. He should get inside as soon as possible. There is the player coming in, but no, the player got in because he just opened his scope, and for that he actually misses the trace, and that's out in Gaul, winning the chicken dinner for the second game on this last day. Yes, Team Gaul, congratulations for you guys with taking 7 eliminations. They have made it possible to collect 17 points, more than 15 from the game. More than they're watching right now. Thank you so much, guys, for supporting this match. Team NB has taken 11 eliminations, getting the second finish in the game, which deals them getting 17 points from the game too, the same as Team Gaul, even after not being able to take the chicken dinner. While we'd like to talk about Team Silent Crew, yes, they're gonna take 8 points from the game TTQ while taking just 4 placements, when Team 1for1, tried to make it look like a consistent match, and they've succeeded because they've got 10 points from the game, and that's another consistency. Now Team 1for1 has more than 80 points, and that's gonna be enough to touch the number 100 as soon as possible. 5 matches, right? 2 matches been eliminated, now 3 more are left. MGs has their 8 eliminations with 2 more placements, gets them more 10 points, and MGs has also made the consistency to the 10 points of a collection, while Team Nexus Vanguard getting 8 eliminations with 1 more placement, gets them 9 points. Team, Aggressive Fight, which gets 3 points in total, FMY getting 1. Team Goa, or Guardians of Angels, getting 1 point. LF EQZs getting 1 point. Max for getting 2 points. Team SGG getting 2 points, not 2 but 4 points, and then Team PG is getting 1, DRG is getting 1 too. Start the match, there will be Leader RK, yes, Leader K, which gets the MVP title by 5 eliminations, and then 945 damages were there, while ER404 secured the best company title with Key Caught, which gets the finisher 1. So now the second game also ends, and it's the time for me to change the lower third to the match number 3, which is gonna be in Miramar upcoming. So till then, stay tuned with INBL, while you can watch the stream from the Facebook or from YouTube at the same time, at the same quality. I guess no screen tears or no internet interruptions. Yeah, so let's go and let's see what happens next and what is going to be. So yeah, be right back. overall leaderboard is here in my hand. Yeah, now what I need to do is bring the overall leaderboard. See, it's here too. Now what I need to do, we need to make it fit on the screen, and there we go. This is the overall result. Nexus Vanguard is on top with 92 points, and Max4 is on top second with 87 points, where team 141 is on top third with 81 points, and then team SC as on top fourth with 80 points, and now TTQ as on top fifth with 77 points, and now then there will be team Paradise and team DRGs. It feels great to see them on top, and the shuffles were just, cinematic. Those are cinematic. Now let's talk about the zone. It's on to the El Pozo location, where the teams have jumped from the eastern according to the flight path, and now the teams are just waiting for the battles about to happen, right? So let us go for the location where the battle can occur. This is the location of San Myrin, where team 141 Esports, Max4, SGG, these three teams has come to play. Yes, not three but three, yeah. But now what team Silent Crew is doing, that they're starting the game, warming up with team Aggressive Fight. Oh man, Aggressive Fight has made the whole 1v4 clutch. 1 versus 4 clutch by team Aggressive Fight. This was hell out of a clutch, man. Escape or no escape, what has it done? His name is No Escape, and he just earned his name, that he made it possible to eliminate a team in just blink of an eye and made them in a no escape route. Yeah, or follow a no escape route, right? Team FMY, this is their turn. Been engaged with Team Silent Crew, and now Team Silent Crew tries to sneak in, while Percy makes the first knock here, and then expecting to get the second one, while expecting Team FMY to come closer at first, because they're not gonna compromise the location, but gonna expect the team to come in and play. Uh-oh. That was a bait, right? Not a bait, but a mistake. He shouldn't have got outside in the compound. What he had, I guess, no weapons in hand in India. He'd be taken away just like that. And then the last guy awaits. It's Percy, which will fight for the win against two different players. There's the player named as Newbies and Bobo. And right now, Boo Boo and Newbies. And Gun. Gun has got the angle. That was the first shot, the second shot, both has connected. Now they knows where to play. Oh, but Percy makes the first knock with that HP. Takes the angle, shots it down, makes the knock. Could not secure it, but I'm satisfied. Because Team FMY, this sounds good. Now is the time for Team MGs to face with Team Goa. That means Guardians of Angels. But there is another team. That will be Team DRG for now. One for one esports. Getting their first opening. And finishing the knock. 1 for 1. Started the game again. On the second, they finished the game on top 5. Still securing 10 points. And right now needs more. We have seen the result. And 1 for 1 is under the top 3. Only the difference of 11 points. They just need 10 or 11 to make it on top again. Now Zibian makes the first one. Then secures the knock. Tries to get for the second knock too. But the max 4 direct competitors here. A direct competition. Kedu has to make it for the first knock, and then Kedu has made it for the second knock too. It's a savior for the team. Finishing the players so that they cannot reveal the positions, the locations. But right now it's Team Max 4, which was the competitor. You should remember the competition. Max 4 is on the top second. So 141 Esports and Max 4 is like the battle of titans, where Team 141 takes the lead, right? But for now, Team SGG, named as Good Game Esports, kind of, would come in to the play. Okay, to deliver the smoke. That is the DPS. Now makes the pre-fires, gets back. There's the third party from the backside of the UMP. Then Max B, also Team Aggressive Fight, takes the play, makes the position from the upper side, and now Team 141 has been locked away. Every team that is inside in the San Marin location has now been locked because they cannot move that far, just because of the visual advantages of aggressive fight. And now 141 loses the second player, Kedu and Bulwarks. Now Jivan and Simple are left, and all they can do is to go for the northern corner and then make the survival process for them. They can wait for the turn and then they can interrupt, while Team MGs would fight against DRGs at first, and then Guardians of Angels would be on the play. And Guardians of Angels has gotten the knock. That was a sweet meet by Clay Jr. And Clay Jr. has confirmed the player, while Baby Hell uses the bandages. That's all he can do here. Doesn't have any first aid kit left, but the teammate has. But you know, he cannot share the first aid kit, right? So that is the problem. While Team Guardians of Angels been interrupted again, and that means there is a new team, and that is Team LF. Yes, and LF, after interrupting with the Team Guardians of Angels, trying to get closer to the squad while understanding there are more teams available. This is the outside of the zone, and they're so engaged here, right? To the locations that one is the San Marin and second is the truck stop. While on San Marin we see 3 teams, and on truck stop we see 4 teams, but LF had just moved their butt to the inside of the zone. That is the next target, but for DRGs, it is indeed Team Guardians of Angels and MGs at the same time. So yeah, MGs. Oh my goodness, that was the clutch. That was the clutch. At the end, it was a good clutch against DRGs, and Koizumi, the last player, was eliminated by the shotgun again. But Goa understood the situation, not getting inside of the compound, and that means they're just waiting for the moment for the player to get outside, and then they're gonna interact. While Team 141 still survives in the San Marin location, hoping for Team Aggressive Fight to switch the location, and Team Max 4 and also the Team SGG to change their position in for the terms for Team 141 to get out. But you know, Team Max 4 still holds on to the competition while being in solo. Rhonda, if she survives, that means, you know, the Team Max 4 still has got lots of chances, right? Rhonda might joining Team Max 4 from the Team Goddesses. I know the Team Goddesses there, and you know, they have sent Rhonda to participate with Team Max 4. Nice. Or Rhonda joined in. TTQ with Nexus Vanguard. TTQ with Nexus Vanguard. And Rhonda would get the slam in right now. Yes, there we go. The slam in is close. Okay, Rhonda takes the first player. 141 takes SGG. The game is about to end here, and the competition is gonna be harder because Nexus Vanguard has just started the domination, while Rhonda from Max B waiting for the next player to get on the upper side, while Ronda charges the grenade, and that means the team is getting in. There goes the second grenade. Ronda couldn't get it, but the team is getting closer. That's a shotgun. Ronda charges the first one but could not get it. Parker secures the knock. While they do know 1-for-1 is still in the location, but this has been good, right? Because the team aggressive fight now is in the same balanced format with team 1-for-1, and that means they're not having the higher ground advantage. Okay, they are having the higher ground advantage because they're keeping no escape here on the southern corner on the hillside so that he can deliver the informations. Meanwhile, Simple takes the back and should not compromise his location just to not let team aggressive fight understand where he is. And now team aggressive fight has the backup plan. Obviously, Parker is gonna get this here. Simple interrupts in the baddest moment possible. That was the bad part for Simple. Now he would go with the grenade. He was so prepared. Takes the weapon UMP and then securing the knock. And now is the second chance for him to use the first aid kit. That's it. Sweet revenge. While No Escape understands he need a new angle. He tries to go for the angle with the buggy. That's the southern part. Yeah, and then he might surround more and more. But you know, according to his rotation, the player from team 1-for-1 Simple would surround more and more, but you know, he got one player to his back, so you need to be careful. It's escape or no escape and Genji, but that Genji is using the monster truck right now to chase down Simple, while Simple got away. And that's how 6 eliminations are coming in. So now what Simple needs to do is to survive till the top 2 teams so that he can secure the placement points. And that's how they're gonna make sure again they're taking those 10 points out of the double-digit number of points from the single game. And that's how team 1-for-1 is targeting the tabletop because they're on top 3, right? And all team 1-for-1 need is just 11 points. Right now already they've secured 6 points. So now they need 5 more. And for the next 5 points, they need to survive in the top 3 teams just to finish the game on the top 3 so that they can secure the last 5 placement points, so that they can match to the target. While Superboy takes the lead on the hillside, scouting every place possible or coming into the visual, but for now, El Pozo has been in complete support for the circle. While team Goa, Miss Guardians of Angels, are just getting inside for the guard. While team Nexus Vanguard makes one of the player Joji KH on the outside of the zone just to make sure that they are surrounding the team TTQs. But team TTQs knows that they does not have much more time or seconds left, and that's why team TTQs trying to be in charge, but no, nobody in charge right now. While team Goa loses Stoner Man. That's it. Nexus Vanguard gets the first play, and now it's gonna be time for the second one too. Not bad, not bad. Simple, which is still in the compound, understands he's in the middle, and now the next zone will be shifted onto El Pozo again, and then Simple has to face lots of players. Now, 2 of the players have targeted Simple. That will be Swaggy himself from Team F, which understood actually the new former enemy of them, but the competitors, not the enemy actually. There is a slight difference between the enemy and the competitor, but yeah, it's gotta be Zad. Okay, which actually took down newbies, and now Gone 4 is trying to get closer to newbies to rescue him. That's a good play with the stairs. And they jumped out. There we go. Get inside. Come close to newbies. Still expecting to get the rescue. Gone 4 switches the compound. Gets in cover. Gets inside in the compound. He was, trying to call him. And there's the call. The responsibility to rescue. And now to understand the neighbors, as there will be team goal, which took the previous chicken dinner. The players are just as ready as you seem, or as they seem to be ready. While team aggressive fight will actually face team LF. LFs are ready with grenades. Lots of grenades are in plan. In the making of a close combat with team aggressive fight. It's gonna be the full roster, man, but aggressive fight no escape made it possible to look for an 1v2 clutch. And that's how he took 2 players down. Now it's the same with the shotgun. He knows there is another room. Another guy, no escape. Made another clutch, man. Aggressive fight, no escape is on another level today. Just secured 9 eliminations on this game from the 4th stage. And that's how they're getting 10 freaking eliminations. Meanwhile, Simple still survives. Front team 1-for-1 because they need those 11 number of points to match up with the consistency, because today is going to be the last day for the competition for the Pmcl Showdown by INBL Mzs. Yes, INBL has brought to you the Pmcl Showdown with 120 AUD of the stake. And right now, it's got to be team FMY, which is losing newbies again. So Gun has to rescue him one more time, but this time they're so close to the team goal. So yeah, team goal could just get inside and decimate them, but they're not taking the risk. Meanwhile, team aggressive fight is still in the wait to hunt down the teams, but this is the moment where TTQ interrupts. But you still should remember that Simple, that last player from team 1-for-1 still holds on the outside of the zone. So lots of teams would be inside, where team Goa has just a big split from the north corner. And now team Nexus been in split 2 just to make it possible for the attention to draw in. And now the vehicle should not blast. And before the vehicle blast, Superboy made it possible to get inside, but King could not. So Joji and Superboy both survived, and then Junior also survived here. But they're so close to Team Gaul, and Team Gaul knows how to deal with them. While Team TTQ just enters into the atmosphere, Gaul interrupts. Clay Jr. would be taken away, but Team Gaul Simple would finish the knock, and that's it. 1-for-1. Simple finds the opportunity, makes another knock secured. No escape. Maybe understood about the position of Simple. So Simple should actually hide for now, as they can be the slamming. But he is still in the play, still in the competition. That's the part. While TTQ tries to get inside of the zone. Meanwhile, Liquid got the new opportunity. There goes the grenade. He gets the knock. That was Joji. That makes Team Nexus Vanguard weak right now, but not that much, because still there is Superboy and June, which can make some alter gameplays. But this time Superboy has become solo, and Gaul has been interrupted. Not Gaul, but Goa means Guardians of Angels has been interrupted by Team Gaul. So yeah, Goa and Gaul are in the play, where Superboy been eliminated by Liquid himself. TTQ getting inside in the top 6 teams. Meanwhile, Simple, the last guy, that last player from team 1-for-1 would also be eliminated by team TTQ. Meanwhile, the teams trying to make some mind games, right? Gaul uses the grenade that will be blasted on the sky side in the air. Yeah, but Liquid, after being taken down, it's being problematic for Gus to get close to him, and we need to watch out the overall view with the drone perspective mode, because team TTQ would not be able to rescue or go for the rescue. Meanwhile, Team Guardians of Angels would, make this split so effective. While LFT is interrupted, and then goal secured. Now aggressive fight is in solo. TTQs can be in duo because Liquid has come closer. He's the lucky guy because he could have been secured earlier while he got taken away, but right now Liquid can be inside, and eventually Team FMY forgives the player and doesn't go for the finish because they understood that was the zone. Yes, and the zone should come in, and for that the zone should deal with Liquid, and that happened. Liquid has been dealt by the zone and the kill has been gone for the team FMY, and then the last kill was secured by FMY newbies, which has been taken many times, but goal interrupts, and Guardians of Angels now facing the difficulties. It's the higher position, and that's the advantage, that's the visual, and the only team who is in the higher location would be Team Gold. So this is going to be the BTB chicken dinner for the team, but it's still team 1-for-1 made it so good. Top 5 means streamer points, and they have taken 7 eliminations, and that means they're getting total 10 points from the game. 1-for-1 has done it. The job is clear, but for now Team Gold has to deal with Team FMY at first, and for the moment Team Guardians of Angels can make the chance work out for them to rescue the teammate. Meanwhile, Team Guardians of Angels has got the time, and Team Gold is just the neighbor. Has become the neighbor of Team FMY, or you can say Team FMY just entered. So, Team Gold, the second team which has the firepower, and Team Guardians of Angels, which has the same firepower, the 75% in the number, while Team FMY, which has the 50% firepower. Now, the game starts. This is the third game. Yes, then there will be the fourth and the fifth. But the competition says Team Gold is not giving it up, while Team Guardians of Angels is not giving it up too. Newbies interrupts, and just Team Guardians of Angels been interrupted at first, and then Team Gold takes the lead, gets the second player, eliminates them completely, understands there's the zone which would create the pressure, gets inside as soon as possible, dodges the shots of Rex 18, and now it's gotta be Team Guardians of Angels dealing with Team Gold in a 3v3 situation, while oh my goodness, Aksha who actually took the grenade and been taken away, while Clay Jr. would be also taken knocked out. Rick 18, the last guy left, has to make the clutch for the chicken dinner. Goes in with some slight pre-shot. There we go, the first knock is here. Rex 18 needs the rescue. Not the rescue, but the healing up process. There's the smoke and the Molotov, but Rex could be able to heal himself. He cannot go on the left, and that's the plan. To actually stick with the plan, Team Gold had to use the abilities while baiting the teammates, and this is how Team Gold has secured the chicken dinner with 8 eliminations, means 18 more points are coming for Team Gold. Congratulations for that. Team Guardians of Angels has taken 8 points from the game, and FMY has taken total 10 points from the game. Congratulations for the top 3 teams in this game. While Team TTQ has taken 7 points, Team Aggressive Fight has taken 13 points, but the MVP would be obviously No Escape, who has made lots of clutches on the single game. I have seen 2 or 3 clutches by No Escape alone himself, and Aggressive Fight. I wish best of luck for this No Escape player for his future. Yes, I wish you best of luck, brother. 9 eliminations means he's the most valuable player of the game. And then we would love to talk about him 1-for-1, which made it possible to take more 2 placement with the 9 or 7 eliminations, and that means they're getting 9 points, and that's also the touch of the consistency Team 1-for-1 is getting, making the habits of taking the targeted or desired number from a single game. That's so great. By eliminations, it's so easy, so you should target the eliminations at first. Then I'd like to talk about Team Nexus Vanguard, which took total 4 points, and then Team MGs, which took 5 points. LF has taken 1, Max 4 has taken 3, Team SGG has taken 0, Team DRG has taken 1, Team Silent Quest has taken 1, and Team GOAT, which took no points from this game. But No Escape, who's the MVP on this game by the dealing of 1171 damages, while Rex 18 has the best community title with 3 rescues, and then the way who got the finisher one from the side of Team Call. And that's how the third game also ends here. This is gonna be the last day, gentlemen. There was about 4 days, but no, only 3 days for the tournament. And the management says I have to get inside in this next room. So let's get back and let's see what happens next, man. Now I got the IDP and I'll make sure that I will join at the game at the right time. So till the time, make sure that you support INBL, the organization which made it possible for the Pmcl Showdown. They named as INBL Mzs, and support them both on the socials. You can follow the page, like the page, or subscribe on the channels if you're watching from the YouTube or Facebook. Whatever, there are lots of open options because the organization INBL is gonna get you lots of tournaments, lots of emotions. So make sure you follow and subscribe the channel and the page. So be right back after a short little break. The next match is gonna be onto Erangel, and I have changed the lower third. So yeah, be right back. The time has come for the game to be started. Again, we are back on the competition. Gentlemen, you are watching Inbl Mzs Pmcl Showdown, and this is gonna be the last day for the showdown with 120 AUDs. For now, let's talk about the flight path. There are 14 teams today. The flight path started from the west mid and finishing onto the southeast corner, but the southernest corner. Yep. According to the flight path, the zone can be in 3 different places. One to Yasnaya, second one to Georgiopol and Katka, third one to the military base. But I assume the zone should be with military and Katka. But no, let's pick. What? I just said about it, military and Katka, and it just happened. Yeah, because I knew something about it. So let's talk about the teams which are going in for the first battles. At Pochinki, we see Team MGs trying to jump in again. Yep, and then on Georgiopol, we see Team Silent Crew with Team NBs fighting off. Then on Firm, we can have Team Gaul, which took the previous chicken dinner 2 and then have their best PDB chicken dinners. Then you can talk about the military base location where Team 141 is gonna come and play, and then it's gonna be the Novoretni location where Team Mix is gonna be. But the first knock from Team DRGs, and that was Peeps, man. It's gonna be Team MGs charging onto Max 4-2 at the same time. Yes, there are not 2 but 3 teams on the Pochinki location. Where Team Max 4 actually faces the crisis of the support of the teammates, but right now till the players have been taken away, so yeah, Bronda doesn't have much more time left, while Henry would just use the shotgun even after without healing himself, so he doesn't have any first aid kits. As soon as he gets the rescue, he gets on the second compound so that he can have the cover. Meanwhile, Team Max 4 Ronda still takes that angle so that Team MGS could not come in, while Team 141 charges in. And there goes the first knock. Couldn't secure that. It's in the military base. While Team Guardians of Angels would face off 1-for-1 this time. K2 understands where the player is. Oh, there goes the second knock. Simple was much more aggressive. And then the third one too by Serious. Now 1-for-1 has become Serious. And the last knock awaits for them. Rexit, in which encounters. And from the 2 different sides, there are 2 different players. But Simple knew where the player could hide and then destroyed the door and then alongside the opponent. That's how Team 1-for-1 dealing with the first domination, getting 4 eliminations and dealing the drop clash battles with Team Guardians of Angels from military base. Yes, but for now it's Pochinki again, where we would see Team DRGs in the middle, Team MGs in the north corner, and Team Max 4 in the western. But right now Team Max 4 tries to sneak peek while Team DRG is playing slowly, steadily, and Team MGs are just, taking time, lots of time. Meanwhile, Team Silent Crew, which is actually right now scouting on the area where the main base is in. And from the containers, NBs would just keep their eye onto the cities so that they can have the visuals for the Team Silent Crew to actually cut off the rotation or interrupt with them, or even they can have a slamming too. But let's talk about the Yasnaya Poliana. Yes, there is Team Gaul, which took 2 chicken dinners today, and this is how they're expecting for this Erangel game to be good, and for that they have jumped onto the Yasnaya Poliana location, and now they are just expecting that. But meanwhile, Team Max 4 interrupted with Team DRGs. August has got his first knock there, and then he finished the knock, and that means Team DRGs have become a trio, where Team MGs in duo and Team DRGs in trio. This can be the biggest opportunity for Team Max 4 to actually clear down Pochinki and take more 6 eliminations from the game, while Leader K finds the opportunity to make the new angle from the northern corner, which actually got the visual against August, where August got taken away. But still, there is the chance to rescue August, and now they can rescue the player. So Henry gets in charge while Ronda tries to face Leader, needs to jump out of the compound, and then jumps on the backward, where Silent Crew interrupts with NB Foxy, and Titan gets Leader The job is done. Now one more player is left, and that's Baby Hell. Oh, it faced the grenade, but no, that grenade was projectiled accurately at the right spot, but he was quite lucky. This guy is a lucky one. You know, you cannot defeat him until the luck works. But you can see that Baby Hell is just dodging again and again, but he knows that his location is gonna get covered, so he tries to switch his position, and that was a mistake, and that's how the pressure was built from Team Max 4, which gets them 4 points from the game at first, and now 3 more habits for them, and that of Team DRGs, which actually understood that Max were busy with fighting MGs, so now it's their time to make the angles, and at first Koizumi takes the charge to get the new angle, and this is how he switches the compounds, while Peeps get in the middle, and then Pity gets in the front. Now, on Pochinki, we have seen 3 teams, right? But on Georgia Pole, we have seen 2 more teams. And there is Team Silent Field, which is actually going in for some shots to charge in for Team NBs. As you can see, Yahiko still stuck on this container location. Uh-oh. Should have been charged earlier, but he didn't. And that's why no trade knocks are coming in. But Koji, the pre-fires were so accurate that it dealt with some damages too, right? DRG is facing it now. NB is facing it too. Losing 3 of the players. DRG is losing 2 of the teammates. And now the last one left, and that is Koizumi. Okay, Koizumi, the name would be. And he is the last guy, right? So what's the thing gonna happen? That is Team Max 4. Yeah. Team Max 4 would search for the player, I guess. They can search for the player, but seems like they're not interested in for now, at least for now. Meanwhile, we are back into the 1-for-1 scenarios, where Team 1-for-1 is in the play, and Team 1-for-1 Esports has their first 4 elimination points too. Now what they need is to go for the gatekeep process. They do know there is the new zone shift, and for the new zone shift they need to be inside the Pochinki Island and the main island and leave the military base island. So for that they are about to use the bridge, but on that bridge there is another team waiting for a team to use the bridge, right? And that is Team TTQ, which is actually gonna be in front of the Team 1-for-1. Now there is gonna be a new battle between TTQ and 1-for-1, and I hope Team TTQ would interrupt at first. Yes, you can see that Liquid and maybe 07 or 007, these players has taken the position, while 1-for-1 understood what's going on here. Team FMY, which has also crossed over the Novoripna bridge and now is about to face Team Aggressive Fight, while Team Aggressive Fight takes the position till the compounds being secured and the rooftops being occupied. Meanwhile, a new team enters, and the new team is Nexus Vanguard. And Nexus Vanguard immediately interrupts in the battle. Now the next knockout for them too, but King just got survived. Well, Superboy gets a new knock, and that's it. They're dealing with 2 of the teams at the same time. But newbies, that reflection was something deadly, more deadly. And now newbies would go for the securing process. Yeah. But before that, Superboy came close, and newbies knows that it needs to be in hurry. He spots Superboy, shots him down, and finally understands that is the next player. And that shoot touches the next shot. Newbies made, and 1v3 here against the Nexus Vanguard. FMY survives. Newbies takes all of the points while losing White Cat, and that's the final player from Nexus Vanguard, which is King Widzi, and which has a good eye, good vision for FMY. Nice thing, nice. Now Aggressive Fight is from the scout. 3 teams on the eastern corner at the outside of the zone, while 3 are just gonna face onto Ferry Pier Bridge. There might be 4 if only go interrupt there. But there can be Team LF, there can be Team 141, and there can be Team TTQ. At first, LF took the position. This is gonna be an advantage for Team 141 if Team TTQ been interrupted from the backside and been engaged. All of their focuses would be drained here, and then that can be the perfect opportunity for Team 141 to make it inside, to make an entry, while Team FMY is still facing the casualties. Gun and Boo Boo. These two survives, switches the position finally. That gets them some satisfaction right now because they're not on a completely open area, and now they can fall back. They can use the bridge using the buggy at first, while they should not maintain the straight 90-degree angle. They should be on a zigzag path because Boo Boo doesn't have lots of HPs left, so Boo Boo can be taken away easily. So that was the risk, and you could see that Boo Boo has lost many of his HPs, the healths, yeah, but still he was able to survive because of the slight 2x jiggle by Gon while he was driving the buggy. And now it's time for them to switch the vehicle, and that's it. Team FMY been able to be inside on the military base, while Team 141 lost the motive or lost the hope to use the Novarapna bridge or the ferry pier, the ferry pier bridge. So now they are about to use the Novarapna bridge maybe, and they were just thinking something new before even they find out that what is gonna happen. There would be the end. Yeah, the end is so near, and that's it. Team FMY been interrupted. Gon 4 been taken down, and now Boo Boo left, the final guy, which actually compromised his own position. Okay, to understand where he is. I'd go for some LEDs at first, but Boo Boo has collected 2 more first aid kits, but by using this slight little visual from that window, that little window has made it possible for K2. So yeah, Team 141 has secured 6 more eliminations, and now they understood they are inside of the zone. So Team 141, what they can do, they can make a 2v2 split. So for the 2v2 split, they have targeted the ferry pier bridge and the foreign bridge at the same time, while Team 141 actually would go for the ferry pier bridge, right? Yeah, so let's go for the LF at first while they are maintaining their elimination points. This was the first one, while Perfect and Swaggy, both of the players are just waiting for the opportunity to make the new angle. That's it, Swaggy loses lots of, and that's why he's backing up, while Titan understood about Swaggy, but you cannot trace a player inside of this vehicle. So yeah, it's so risky, but if your teammate or if you got the teamwork, then you might be able to blast the vehicle in the directed seconds or in the right. But Titan, Swaggy had no chance left. That was the first mistake of him, refusing or executing himself outside the compound, while Team Silent Crew expecting to charge a grenade, at the same time getting interrupted. Percy getting taken down by his own grenade. So Perfect is gonna say this is perfect, and now has lots of HP is gone, while Team TTQ fighting for Team Max 4, fighting for the glory. Max 4 understands where is the player. Yes, where are the players? Titan been charged by TTQ, tries to get close, changes the position again, understand about the player. Liquid charging the shot, getting the knock. Henry charging an encounter grenade, and yes, Henry encounters it with the M416, while Rhonda charges the grenade that deals them 2 more knockouts. And this is out in TTQ facing to the players been taken away, while Silent and then it's Zuki, which actually took the risk and made a first knock, and then another knock is here. Zuki has made the clutch. That is, but Rhonda charging the Molotov, and Zuki making the finish, and that's how August gets the finish. But Team Max 4 still in the scene, while Perfect gets out of the compound, makes the clutch, right? So LF Perfect TKZ, which has made a good 1 versus 3 clutch against Silent Crew, where Silent Crew loses here because of their own grenades. But for now, Max 4 and Team TTQ finish their battle. Yeah, while Team TTQ has lots of advantages, and then Zuki gets taken away. Ronda finally able to dodge the shots, and finally charging his own gets the final finish. 12 freaking eliminations for Team Max 4. Yeah, but the new target appears, and the new target is to use the breach and get inside and break the gates. But you cannot break the gates as Team LF has made the gate, but also will be gated by Team 141. There are 2 teams making the gate for now. It's perfect. Yes, getting eliminated by Ziven himself. That's the perfect plan, you can say, from Team 141. Still, they are thinking about how to take the position. So K2 makes an entry, but should understand as soon as possible that Team Aggressive Fight has taken the position before even Team 141 thinks that. Or thought that. So we should talk about the Team GOAT here, where Sly, Eco, Apelil reigns, okay, and Lisa, Goats Lisa. Okay, so Goats Lie, Goats Eco, Goats Lisa, and Apelil reigns. Okay, not bad. The team is taking the water side for the rotation to make an entry on the military base. That's the third way. The first one was to use the Philippine bridge, where we have seen lots of battles. The second one to use the Melta bridge, where we have seen some gatekeeps. But the third one was the water side rotation, whenever it's the terms of the zone supporting the military base. And right now our Team GOAT has got the opportunity, even without getting any interruption for now, or till now, they are being able to use the water side. But for now, Team Aggressive Fight understood. There is Team Goal, which took 2 chicken dinners in the 3 games today, and right now it's Team Goal again, taking the eastern corner, planning to decimate Team Aggressive Fight in a head-to-head combat, where Zaddy just survived because he just dodged the vehicle ran over, while Fong attracts the player to his own. Zenji makes it close and takes the grenade, and now Fong takes the grenade too, while Parker tried to bait in with the vehicle to make the vehicle run over, but could not. And when Zaddy and Lean James, these two just switching their position again and again, so that the directions that Team Aggressive Fight are using, they can dodge that. Meanwhile, 141 Simple interrupted with 1 knock, and that's against Team GOAT. This is how Team GOAT are losing the players. Max 4 Titan has been taken away, and outside of the zone we're down to top 4 teams. Team 141 still survives with 8 eliminations, but right now Zivian will be taken away because of some damages. Yeah, he has taken lots of damages. Simple still keeping an eye on the water side. There goes lots of shots, but Team Aggressive Fight will also be in trouble because of Team Goal, where obviously Team Aggressive Fight made it possible to eliminate Team Goal. That was just so quick that Team Aggressive Fight is just not thinking anymore about the casualty. 5 eliminations and this turn is completed for them. But for now, Team GOAT, the team which didn't make it possible, made it to the zone, now gets the complete advantage. But the only disadvantage is every time they think to get themselves outside of this water, they'd be completely compromised and would be taken away. So yeah, Aggressive Fight and Team 141, these 2 teams has the opportunity to secure the kills, but that can be actually divided, right? The kills can be divided. They can divide the kills. Another knock by K2, but the kill is gonna get stolen. It's 141's own teammate. Genjis has gone too far to secure the knock. Too far, man. If you only do one mistake, your team would lost. One mistake is enough to actually get the full loss. But look at this, the no escape, the player which took 9 eliminations in solo on the previous game, which became the MVP by his tremendous performance. Now going into the second knock, and no escape has got it. It's time for team 1-for-1 to lose out. K2 and Sirius with the last 2 players left, but right now K2 has been taken away, so Sirius will be the final guy, and he's also getting eliminated. But no, finally he could be able to get inside of the newest edition of the vehicle. Now the vehicle will be blasted, but before the blast of the vehicle, he needs to get in a safer range. Get the safer range. Yes, now he has the shotgun in hand. When the shotgun comes to play, goes into the 1v1. He cannot reveal himself. The 1v1 is here. He should be in practice. He should not reveal himself. The 1v2 is here, and Sirius should not give any opening. This is gonna be a clutch. I'm gonna secure the finish. Mzs is the last guy, and Sirius knows where the last player is. Only the 2 teams, only the last 1v1 awaits for the chicken dinner. 1-for-1 Sirius has made it possible to convert the game in a 3v1 to an 1v1 by making the 1v2 clutch, and now all Sirius needs to block the visual, and that's why he charged the smoke so that he can get out of this location, because he doesn't have the advantage of the zone support, so he needs lots of smokes right now. But for that, he should have spotted the player, but no, he didn't, and Mzs now knows where he is. He was so confident, there's lots of shots, has 3 first aid kits even, and now needs to be in cover so that he can use the first aid kit. Doesn't have much more time left, because this is the 6th stage, so his HPs would cut long. He charges the shot again, takes the shotgun in hand, charges again, and now would find the opportunity to heal, but Mzs would not heal. That's a shotgun. And yeah, Sirius has made it. He made the 1v3 clutch against aggressive fight, 1-for-1, winning the chicken dinner, and that's how the victory comes here. Yes, 12 eliminations, and the chicken dinner gets them 22 points from the game, and that's it, 1-for-1, also getting 2 chicken dinners in within 4 games. Congratulations for that, Sirius. I seriously admire you for making it possible to the 1v3 clutch at the end of the game and taking the chicken dinner away, man. That was a phenomenal victory, and right now we can say that Team Aggressive Fight was also trying hard to get it, but the big mistake was and it was about to get there in solo and humiliating Sirius, right? But they could not manipulate Sirius, while Sirius manipulating the whole squad. Where Team Aggressive Fight was also doing so good, yeah, right? 7 eliminations with 6 more placement points comes to play. That was awesome. 13 points in total. Team Goat has taken 5 points. Team Gaul has taken 4 points. Team Max 4 has taken total 15 points, and 12 were from the eliminations, where Titan made it very good by 5 eliminations, and he can become the MVP of the match. Where Team LF has taken a total of 6 points. Team TTQ has taken 3 points, and Team Nexus Vanguard has taken 2, while Team Silent Crew has taken 6 eliminations, while Team FMY has taken 3, and Team DRG has taken 1. Team NBs taken nothing from the game, while Team Mzs could not get anything, and Team Guardians of Angels also could not get any points from the game. But for Titan, yeah, Max for Titan, which will get the MVP title for the game with 665 damages, and then Ronda would come up for the best community title, and then Sirius from Team 1-for-1 Esports would have the finisher title here, and that's how the 4th game has been ended. Now is gonna be the last game for the event to finish the overall leaderboard, to finish the competition. Let's go for a little bit of break and come back after a short time to witness the historical match which will decide the winner of this PMCL showdown by INBL and Mzs. Yes, INBL and Mzs brought to you the PMCL showdown. There were 4 days of the tournament, and now it's the 3 days of the tournament, 5 matches per day. We have witnessed 9 games, and today we witnessed 4 more, and that means we witnessed total 13 games, and now it's time for the 14 number to come in. So be right back after a short little break. Till then, stay tuned and keep supporting your chosen squads. The final match. And the final match is here. Yes, so this is gonna be funny maybe because the zone is in 8x. Oh my goodness. What? The zone is in 8x, man. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back again to Inbl Mzs Pmcl Showdown. This is the last day. This is the last match. The number 5 on Miramar. The flight rate starts. The team jumps. And the zone is gonna be started. and the zone is in 8x speed. Means previously it was normal, just like other esport room cuts, but this time the zone is 5 times more serious, more faster than the previous zones. So yeah, this match is gonna be seriously funny because the teams cannot hold for much long time, right? So let's talk about the team Nexus Vanguard at first, which actually took the Montenegro side, and then the team LFT or FMY, which took the Montenegro side, where they're gonna face team Silent Crew on this location. Still they're jumping on the positions. And then we can talk about team Max 4, which took the Varadel Mar, team Gaul, which took the Minnesota Star, Chumasara location, where team Guardians of Angels are here or have taken the position. Okay, but it's waiting DRG for now. Yes, team DRG, and also there is another team, and that will be team Goats. So it's gotta be Goats, Leisha, Lai, Eco, and Apelin Renz. I guess Renz, Eco, Lisa, and Lai. They would be proud because they're on Pecado, right? Yeah, but the funniest part is the first stage is gonna get the shift. Okay, the DRGs and the team MGs are the primary neighbors, and then the secondary neighbors are beating gods. And for now, we're looking forward for the knocks as Team Silent Crew have been interrupted, and now it's time for Team Silent Crew to actually fight back, and they fought back. Yes, it's newbies. It's not actually a newbie, but a pro. Named as newbie, right? Yeah, but has the bandage, 5 bandages. But right now knows that he needs to change the position. He changed it. Called back, but still took the damage and finally made it possible to get the first aid kit. And that's it. Was not possible. Silent Crew owned the battle. MGs has just completed the face off with DRGs and now going in for the second one, and that between Goats, which interrupted in this game and took 2 more kills. Yes, and that was Zico, which took these 2 kills by interrupting on a third party mission. And that face-to-face battle was against MGs for Team DRGs, but DRGs are no more, so it's time for Team MGs to actually fight with Team Goats. That's the normal plan or the typical plan any team has got out there. Okay, but you should know about. Okay, I was not about to see the live chat, right? There were any live chat. APG. Okay, Ross Pierre, thank you so much. But 53 minutes ago he commented down, but I couldn't notice that. I beg pardon to you guys. Yeah, APG. Okay, he was about to see Team APG, right? I do not know where Team APG is right now, but I guess Team AFG would be the team, or can be the team. But okay. We have seen Team MGs being in problem for now as the leaders come from Team Goats, which is searching for the next opponent, going in for some pre-fires. Abelil Renz taking the corner, while Lisa going in with some pre-shots. Lai taking the rooftop, if and only if the visual comes here. Lil Renz trying to pre-fire. Oh, gets the knock. That's the angle I was talking about. Sneak slight angle. And that worked. Okay, here we go. Lil Renz waiting for the opportunity to get the visual while losing Leisha. Finishing the opponent. That's a tit for tat moment. Charging again a shot and gets lots of damages. Trying to chase down the player. MSGs got in some second position, but Lil Renz, okay, he baited himself. He took the risk getting outside. That was a big risk, right? But again, MG is in trouble. Lai has made it possible for DKK. Now, the last guy shot it 2 times with the shotgun. And couldn't make it possible to take the chicken. Not the chicken, but the winning moment. No, it's not theirs. It's the team Nexus Vanguard, which took the second lead, and 1-for-1, which is just engaged with team FGs. Now, the final fight occurs. Not the final battle, but for team FG team. Genji's got his first knock and finish. And now 1-for-1 is serious. This is the last game, and this is so important for them. While team Goats is facing problem by team Nexus Vanguard, King Widji, which should finish the opponent but not finishing him. While Joji takes the chance, and King is completely focused for team Goats, using the stairs again after the opponent. That is more risky, but King couldn't understand where the play came from. That's a surprise, right? And then it's the support from Superboy, which is the devious. And spotted the second player to eliminated him too at the same time by using just a little bit of a corner from the stairs. Nice. Team Nexus Vanguard has taken 3 eliminations today. Nexus Vanguard been starting to pick up. They shouldn't have entered in this atmosphere. Oh yes, it's Inbl Esports. How can I miss this, man? It's gonna be Team Max 4, right? So Max 4 Esports is gonna get engaged. And now, what is the back but Henry? Here's the hardcore Henry, which gets the final finish. Max 4 is coming in. They're the table toppers here. Team Guardians of Angels are charging in some with Team Nexus Vanguard. For now, it's the top 5 teams switching face. Uh-oh. Nexus Vanguard also has got the first knock here. Now that's the opening. Waiting for the next one, but it'll be taken away. Yes, man. That's it. That's it. 2 of the other players. And he could do nothing, yeah. The game is gonna get interesting, right? Because the zone is in 8x. 8x is speed. The zone would make all of the fun, but I guess the team would actually make this more fun or funny, because they're not waiting for the zone to get a new shift. They're just going in and just taking lots of battles and then just completing the battles, right? So for them silent crew, it's just simplicity, because simply it's team 1-for-1 with this time. Obviously, I expect they should have more than 10 points. One for one. Serious. I love this guy because of his vehicle skin, because I have so true that the sky is blue. Because para in chill. Different vehicles, but they missed some. Risky. This time Silent Creed deserves the chicken dinner. You cannot say that because there is Team Max 4 Esports too, right? So we cannot predict that earlier. Now if we are gonna talking about the competition, the Team Max 4 is about to be the winner, right? The top 3 teams can be Max 4, 1 for 1, and Silent Crew. So Team Silent Crew is still, yeah, they do still have their full roster alive. Meanwhile, Team 1 for 1 has got the problem not having the full roster but becoming serious, because this time Team 1 for 1 has become serious, right? And now they do know where the players going in for some pre-shot, but that was a bait. They're so accurate with the fires they have, and kid to understand, he needs to back a little more so that he can dodge the vehicle. But no, he missed it. 1 for 1 esports. He's just missing some shots, but getting the angles and delivering some more damage, right? It's good. While you blocking the opponent's shots and making it possible to deliver yours, and obviously that hits to the opponent. That's so fun for the team which gets the advantage, not for the team which actually being at its disadvantage, right? But for Team Max 4, it's Henry taking the shotgun and charging it. That's how the changes we have seen the actually comfortability. But for his teammates, he gets the comfortability. Eliminated away 2, and that kill has been taken by August, and Max 4 Esports are ready to take the chicken dinner. The top 3 competitors are just alive. Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching INBL x Mzs Pmcl Showdown. 120 Australian dollars is at stake, and the competition has been going on 3 days. This is gonna be the last day, and this is especially the last match, and this is gonna be the competition 2, because Team 1 for 1 is the contender of the winner title, where the Max 4 is also the same contender of the winner title, and Team Silent Crew, they are also the same contenders. And right now the most strongest 2 teams would be Team Silent Crew and Team Max 4, which has got some firepower because the teammates are alive. Meanwhile, Sirius could come to his teammate and rescue him, and yes, he has done it. But for now, Team HC has got caught up. That has been a good trace knock by Sirius. He used that Groza that made Team SC Silent Crew being in duo, while K2 takes the charge without even healing himself. He made another knock, and now it's the turn of Sirius, who should go there, and that was not 1 but 2 different knocks by K2. 1 for 1 has become more serious than before, and now they have 7 eliminations. While this would be very awesome to, you know, fight with the teams, right? Okay. Okay, Silent Crew. This is not bad. Silent Crew in solo. And I've guessed it. That he'd interrupt on 1 for 1 only, not on Max 4. But if and only if the last player interrupts onto Team Max 4 Esports, that can be a good advantage for Team 1 for 1. Ah yeah, Ronda has taken K2 so serious. It will be a serious problem for him, and he can be also eliminated. Changes seat. And the revenge has been taken by Risky. Now it's the 1v4 terms. Yes, Silent Crew would get the second finish, and 1 for 1 has completed the top 3 finish here, while Team Max 4 will get the chicken dinner. Congratulations for Team Max 4 Esports. Yes, Max 4 Esports has become the winner of this PMCL showdown, and the showdown has just completed. The showdown has ended, gentlemen, you guys were watching INBL x Mzs Pmcl Showdown. After 3 days, after 14 games, Team Max 4, if I'm not wrong, would become the winner, and Team Silent Crew would become the runner-up, and Team 141 would become the second runner-up, if I'm not wrong. But that can be shuffled, but surely the winner can be Team Max 4. So congratulations for Team Max 4 for actually finishing the showdown with the final chicken dinner, with lots of chicken dinners too, and also playing that much good, entertaining me at the same time with the audience. Now let's read out loud the last game, right? Max 4 has gotten the chicken dinner with total 10 eliminations, and that gets them more 20 points coming for this game. Yes, surely they're the winners. Team Silent Crew has become the runner-up, but no, I'm not so sure. So they're getting 5 eliminations and not 5 or 6. So you have 5 eliminations with the second finish. So total 11 points are coming here. On the other hand, Team 141, it's the time for them to get 12 points because they've taken 7 eliminations with 5 more placements, and that counts them 12. 1 plus point rather than Team Silent Crews, so it can be possible. Even for Team Guardians of Angels, they've taken 8 points, man. That's dope. Team Nexus Vanguard getting total 6 points, while Team Gaul taking 2 points only. Team Aggressive Fight getting 2 points. Team Goats getting total 8 points. That's also great. It is the lucky number for Team Goats. Then it's Team MGs getting 3 points. FMY getting 0. And Team DRG is getting 0. Star of the match, the final star of the final game, that will be K2 from Team 141 Esports with 956 damages and 4 elims in total. And then it's got to be Team Silent Crew from there, Hoidav, who gets the best community title with 2 rescues. And then it's Rhonda from Goddesses. The team would be Max 4, but the player is from Goddesses, which gets the finisher title. And by Rhonda's golden hand, the chicken dinner and the winnership title was secured by the Max 4. So congratulations to the winner, Team Max 4. Yes, they're the champions of this Pmcl Showdown. And then I've got a little bit of doubt with the final standings, so I should wait for the overall leaderboard to show you on the screen. So you should not go anywhere and watch out for the final result, because this final result, it was all about to show to you guys so that you could enjoy the competition more. So further, I'd like to take a little bit of break, and then whenever I'll get the overall leaderboard, I'd come back to you guys to show that to you and read out loud. Yes, so that's it for now. I'll be right back after a short little break. Till then, stay tuned. Now, gentlemen, it is the time to announce the result. Yes, the overall result has been in my hand, and I would like to show you the result for now. But before me showing you guys the result, I should download the result too. So there we go. It's the result, the final result that is in my hand. And now I would just put it into screen and then come it to you. The winner will be Team Max 4 with 125 points, and then the runner-up would be Team 141 with 124 points. Just 1 point of a gap. Huge, man. The competition was super top-notch. Then it's Team NX, which got 104 points with the top 3 title. Yep. So the second runner-up would be Nexus Vanguard, and the third runner-up would be Silent Crew with 98. But congratulations for the top 3 teams, Max 4, 141, and Nexus Vanguard, for winning in the moment. And eventually Team TTQ has become the 4th runner-up of this tournament with 87 points. That's all the rest of the team. So I really admire you guys all to actually entertain us that much. So yeah, keep improving and keep practicing. We wish you all the best on the next officials. That's it today, gentlemen. We got the winner. It's Team Max 4, and got the runner-up. It's Team 141, and got the second runner-up. It's Team NX. Third and fourth would be SC and TTQ. That's it for today. And this INBL Mzs Pmcl Showdown is gonna get ended. Next time we'll surely meet, but till then, stay safe, stay healthy, and pray for everyone for the world. So Allah Hafiz to you all. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bye. Bye bye.